the news.
Hi, I'm Tessa with Brain Rat News with a few bits of news for you to choke on from March 21st. Under the new, totally responsible leadership of FBI Director Kash Patel, the FBI has decided that domestic terrorism just isn't a big deal anymore. Staffing in the Domestic Terrorism Operations section has been slashed, and the tracking tool for such investigations has been tossed out. This shift conveniently aligns with the Trump administration's apparent reluctance to scrutinize groups that, let's be honest, make up a chunk of their voter base. Despite previous warnings that white supremacist and anti-government extremist groups pose significant security threats, the administration seems more interested in redirecting the FBI's resources elsewhere. The Joint Terrorism Task Forces are now busy assisting with immigration enforcement and labeling attacks on corporations like Tesla as domestic terrorism, because we are totally protecting the homeland by cracking down on activists. If you organize against billionaires, the FBI cares. If you stockpile weapons and openly talk about overthrowing the government, it's fine as long as you play for the right team. To drive the point home, Trump tapped Dan Bongino, a conspiracy-peddling right-wing podcaster, to help run the FBI. You know, just in case anyone thought law enforcement should remain independent. This message is clear. Extremism is only a problem if it's inconvenient for the people in power. So if you are wondering whether domestic terrorists are getting a free pass under the administration, the answer is a resounding yes. But don't worry, if you post something mean about Elon Musk, they'll be right with you. Israeli forces have ramped up their assault on Gaza, turning what was left of a ceasefire into little more than a punchline. Airstrikes have wiped out entire families, while evacuation orders keep coming through. At this point, Palestinians might as well be asked to evacuate into the sea because there's nowhere left for them to run. The military insists it will maintain control until all hostages are freed, which sounds a lot like indefinitely, given Israel's track record of moving goalposts when it comes to Palestinian suffering. Meanwhile, in a brief moment of intra-apartheid drama, Israel's Supreme Court has temporarily blocked Netanyahu's attempt to fire Shin Bet chief Ronan Bar. Netanyahu's effort to axe Bar is widely seen as another desperate ploy to consolidate power, because being on trial for corruption and presiding over a genocidal war apparently isn't keeping him busy enough. While the court's decision does slow him down, it's hardly a victory for democracy. After all, this is the same court that rubber stamps apartheid. It's like expecting the arsonist to call the fire department. Then there's Trump, who has thrown America's full support behind Israel's assault, ensuring that US tax dollars continue funding the mass slaughter. Wannabe dictators need to stick together, of course. His administration has taken things further by cracking down on pro-Palestinian activism at home, with student protesters facing arrest, deportation, and visa revocations. Apparently, chanting for a free Palestine is a greater offense than leveling entire neighborhoods. But despite it all, Palestine endures, because you can occupy land, you can flatten cities, but you cannot erase a people's right to exist. The US Democratic Party has finally decided to take the internet seriously, launching a new digital strategy.